5 more years, China's Xi Jinping secures his grip on a communist party. But what does it mean for Taiwan? Analysts here react to China's party congress. Taiwan's political heavyweights head south to canvass for votes and maybe enjoy a little sun.
I'm at Taipei City Hall where they're displaying this massive rainbow dress to promote LGBTQ rights. I'll have the story behind its design for you shortly.
A warm welcome to TaiwanPlus News. I'm Betty Chen. Chinese President Xi Jinping has secured an unprecedented third term as the country's leader as the Chinese Communist Party's 20th Congress draws to a close. Xi's grip on power in China for the next 5 years is all but assured, with officials loyal to the Chinese president now stacking the Politburo Standing Committee, the country's highest decision-making body. James Chater reports.
This was the moment everyone was waiting for. Xi Jinping leading out China's new 7-member Politburo Standing Committee, the country's top political body. Xi at the front, confirmation he will remain as China's president for a norm-busting third term.
新征程上，我们要始终弘扬全人类共同价值。只要共行天下大道，各国就能够和睦相处，合作共赢。 携手创造世界的美好未来。
The conclusion of the twice-a-decade Chinese Communist Party Congress caps a remarkable centralization of power around Xi. The elite Politburo Standing Committee now stacked with Xi's loyalists.
Everything comes down to Xi. He's created, in essence, a power vacuum after him. So he's destroyed the collective leadership and also succession. What we're looking at 15 years down the road, it's not that far, is a situation where there's a power vacuum and the terms of competition, one of the terms of competition is how nationalistic you are.
Now out of power, China's Premier Li Keqiang, believed to belong to a different faction to Xi Jinping. It's the same political wing as Xi's predecessor, Hu Jintao, who just moments before the Congress's final session was escorted from his seat and out of the room. Many are describing it as the final nail in the coffin of a now bygone era of Chinese politics. Poised to replace Li Keqiang is this man, Li Qiang, Shanghai's Communist Party chief and a trusted protege of Xi. This year, Li oversaw a draconian 2-month COVID lockdown in Shanghai, cited by many as the key cause of China's stuttering economic growth. Analysts say that his promotion to premier-in-waiting shows that in Xi's China, loyalty to the leader now trumps all.
Even if you get the sort of big shock that you look at Shanghai's growth and all because of COVID-0, they really suffered economically because of it. Well, as long as you're pushing Xi's agenda, that's okay. That's very different from the past where economic performance was very important, right, for the evaluation of leaders and their promotion. So I think these are big shifts.
These are the 7 men now leading China, but only one is truly in charge. And if Xi Jinping holds all the power, there may be no one holding Xi to account. Damon Lin and James Chater for TaiwanPlus.
People in Taiwan have been watching events in Beijing carefully for any indication of a shift in cross-strait policy. Now that Chinese President Xi Jinping has been confirmed for a historic third term and surrounded by loyalists at the top of the party, many are preparing for the worst. Jaime Okan reports.
A row of Taiwanese tanks takes aim at targets on the water. It's practice for defending against an invasion from China. In Beijing, Chinese ruler Xi Jinping has secured a norm-breaking third term and stuffed the leadership with people loyal to his rule. Last week, he restated China's desire to, quote, reunify with Taiwan. Taiwan's military says it's adapting its strategy for dealing with Chinese aggression.
我们从人事方面，我们也在调，但不是针对他，你怎么调我就怎么变。我讲都是国防政策都有一定的脉络的，我们还是要很稳扎稳打的去做工作。
China sees Taiwan as part of its own territory and has now renounced the use of force to bring it under Beijing's control. Recently, U.S. and Taiwan defense officials have said that China could make a move to invade the island nation in the next few years.
大陆未来5年呢，这种加快加大对台统一的这个作为啊，以及甚至用军事手段来这个施压台湾啊，或者是美国呢持续的来提升跟台湾的政治跟军事上的关系呢。
While there is still debate over how the U.S. would respond to a possible invasion of Taiwan, analysts here say that China's President Xi Jinping is looking to resolve the, quote, Taiwan problem without interference from the West.
20大以后啊，对台政策这方面呢，两岸的问题要由中国人来解决嘛，啊，所以他会减少美国参与的这个力道，啊，不要让美国再扮演这个球员兼裁判的角色。
The People's Republic of China has never ruled Taiwan, but that hasn't stopped Beijing from deciding that taking control of the island is central to its nationalist agenda. Taiwan, though, with its own government, military, and democratic way of life, is not willing to submit easily to Chinese rule. The country's president, Tsai, called for a resumption of dialogue between Taipei and Beijing in her National Day address earlier this month. But in Beijing, Xi seems intent on a very different agenda. Patrick Chen and Jaime Ocon for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's President Tsai Ing-wen on Monday warned of the threat to democracy from rising global authoritarianism. She made a comment as she met delegates to the 11th Global Assembly of the World Movement for Democracy, which is set to start in Taipei on Tuesday. About 300 people from 70 countries are taking part, including Nobel Peace Prize winner and renowned journalist Maria Ressa. Tsai is scheduled to open the event.
当前全球的民主发展正遭遇威权主义的扩张挑战的之余呢，我们看到了威权政权透过经济战、资讯战、认知战等不同的方式，企图影响民主国家体制的稳定运作。
The status quo in the Taiwan Strait can only be altered peacefully and if both sides are in agreement. That's what a leader of the group of German parliamentarians visiting Taiwan has said. Peter Haidt of Germany's Free Democratic Party is heading a visit from the Parliamentarian Committee on Human Rights and Humanitarian Aid. They arrived on Sunday and are staying in Taiwan for 4 days. The group met President Tsai Ing-wen at a presidential office on Monday. Haidt encouraged Taiwan to end capital punishment. He described the death penalty as inhumane. The lawmaker also said Germany had been watching China's recent aggression.
Aus unserer Sicht steht Taiwan sozusagen im Zentrum des Wettstreits der Systeme. Und hier spreche ich nicht nur über verbale Angriffe auf Taiwan, sondern von einer nicht zu unterschätzenden tatsächlichen militärischen Bedrohung. Zuerst möchte ich bekräftigen, dass aus deutscher Sicht der Status quo in der Straße von Taiwan nur friedlich und im gegenseitigen Einvernehmen geändert werden könnte.
With voting day fast approaching, campaigning for Taiwan's local elections in November is heating up. As Eric Gao reports, the leaders of the two main parties are making a push for their candidates on the campaign trail.
Bringing out the big guns. With just over a month to go before local elections, both of Taiwan's biggest parties have sent their political heavyweights to the south. President Tsai Ing-wen was in Tainan campaigning for her Democratic Progressive Party.
台南的黄伟哲足厉害，伊是连续4届优秀的立委，行政院的经费咧倒位，伊拢知。伊做市长了后，伊就拼性命来争取。
The head of the main opposition Kuomintang, or KMT, Eric Zhu, was in the neighboring city of Kaohsiung. While promoting his candidate, he also took aim at the ruling party.
我觉得民进党培养这些侧翼打手，来造成台湾民主的倒退，真的是台湾民主的悲哀。
Another big name within the KMT also pitched in. Former Kaohsiung Mayor Han Kuo-yu stole the limelight at the rally for a Taipei city councilor. A controversial figure, Han claimed a resounding victory in Kaohsiung in 2018 before aiming for the presidency just 6 months after taking office. He lost that race and was then recalled as Kaohsiung mayor, the first city head to be recalled in Taiwan's democratic history. With just a few weeks left to go before voting day, political parties across the country are hitting the campaign trail hard. The public here in Taiwan will be casting their ballots to select the mayors, councilors, and local officials who will represent them for the next 4 years. With so much at stake, candidates are hoping that their heavyweights can help sway voters their way come Election Day. Klein Wong and Eric Gao in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan has announced another round of loosening COVID regulations as the nation continues its transition to post-pandemic life. Gym-goers and participants in tour groups and religious activities will no longer have to be triple vaccinated starting November 7th, according to the new rules. This will also apply to staff and patrons at nightclubs, hostess bars, tea houses, and saunas. Also from November 7th, confirmed COVID-19 cases will no longer have to undergo a week of health self-monitoring. After self-isolating for 7 days, they will be able to return to normal life, provided rapid testing returns a negative result. Taiwan reported 26,000 new COVID-19 cases and 62 deaths on Monday. Taiwan semiconductor giant TSMC has suspended exports of advanced chips to China's Biren technology. The world's largest contract chip maker made a move in compliance with sweeping U.S. regulations on chip exports. The rules published earlier this month bar transfers of advanced semiconductor technologies to China with a stated goal of slowing down Beijing's military development. The Chinese firm is considered a competitor of U.S.-headquartered NVIDIA, which has stopped exporting its most advanced AI products to China. Coming up after the break, we're at the Under-23 Baseball World Cup, with Team Taiwan looking to earn itself a place on the podium.
Welcome to Jason's Table, Shocked and Surprised. I think the moral of the story is, even though things may seem a little scary or a little weird, don't judge a book by its cover. Get out there and try it, and you might find the next most delicious thing you've ever eaten. Have you ever had frog? Let's taste test this. Okay. Cheers. Cheers.
It actually tastes like chicken.
Why do you tell me it was frog? I'm sorry, Mommy.
What are these? Have you seen?
It's a duck tongue, right?
Duck tongue.
Duck tongue. Okay.
Duck tongue, have you had these before?
I don't think so. I don't.
Tonight might be your lucky night. Okay, today might be your lucky day. Ding ding! What is this? Like a stick?
This is sugar cane.
Sugar cane!
Sugar cane.
Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
So do you see it comes out like this?
All right.
All right. Chin chin.
Cheers.
Chin chin.
It's very sweet.
Yeah.
It's super good.
So you recommend if people come to Taiwan, they should try this?
Yes.
Surprise! Wow! Actually, this is the one that they serve in the night market.
Really?
Interesting.
This is a good one.
Good?
I gotta go to this night market.
Oh, yeah.
That looks pretty good. Oh my God. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, so good. Guys, really, if you've never been in Taiwan, you need to come here.
Today's topic, breakfast. Have you had hot pot a lot?
I am a big fan of hot pot, but who has time to make a full hot pot for breakfast before work?
But you know Taiwanese people love their food, so. This is salty soy milk. There is youtiao, which is the little fried dough stick, and then there's little shrimps, and then there's little pickled radish. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, cheers.
Yeah.
I can't tell. It's like a milk staying in the fridge for 1 month.
Like a spoiled milk.
Yep.
润饼好好吃，润饼好好吃，清明节吃润饼。Jason's Table, Shocked and Surprised, is on TaiwanPlus.
Welcome back. You're watching Taiwan Plus News. North and South Korea exchanged warning shots off the west coast of the Korean peninsula on Monday. It's the latest escalation in the increasingly fraught relationship between the North and the South, fueled by Pyongyang's renewed missile tests. Seoul says it fired first to repel a North Korean vessel that crossed the North Limit Line, a de facto maritime boundary between the two Koreas. But Pyongyang accuses South Korea of intruding into the North's territorial waters. Dramatic images out of the Philippines after a Korean airjet overshot a runway. The plane tried to land twice in poor weather before the accident happened on the third attempt. It was carrying 173 passengers and crew from Seoul to Cebu City on Sunday. They had to use emergency slides to escape. No injuries have been reported. On Monday, the damaged plane was still stuck in the grass at Cebu's Mekton International Airport. Dozens of flights have been canceled at the airport, one of the Philippines' busiest. China's economy grew by 3.9% in the third quarter of this year, according to newly released economic data. The year-on-year increase beat forecasts as well as the 0.4% growth seen in the second quarter. The better-than-expected performance of the world's second biggest economy was sustained by a rebound in industrial production, which rose by 6.3% in September. China's National Bureau of Statistics was due to release the data last week during the 20th Communist Party Congress, but it was delayed until after the pivotal meeting. Despite this rebound, China is still far from meeting its 5.5% growth target for the year as the economy slows to levels unseen for decades. Taiwan's fishing fleet has a new addition, its first boat built to international human rights standards. Taiwan's fishing boats are mostly crewed by migrant workers, and reports of dire conditions on board have tarnished the country's image. As John Van Trieste reports, all new boats must now follow international rules as part of the bid to improve conditions for workers.
Air conditioning and bunk beds, just some of the amenities waiting for fishermen on board the Jianyuanming 88. This is Taiwan's first boat built to the standards of the International Labor Organization. The boat's owner says these rules mean much better conditions for workers, who often spend weeks at sea.
大通铺下去进行，所以这个空间我们以前大概是可以睡10几20个，但我们现在就改成双人房跟4人房，然后他们的活动空间至少都1平方米以上。
Taiwan's deep-water fishing fleet has more than 1,000 vessels, largely crewed by migrant workers from Indonesia and the Philippines. The fishing industry here has often come under fire for its practices and working conditions. Since 2020, the U.S. has labeled Taiwan-caught fish a product of forced labor. The U.S. Department of Labor cited reports of beatings, long hours, and brokers pocketing wages. Taiwan revised its shipbuilding laws last year to try and turn things around. Now, all new ships will have to follow the same standards as the Jianyuanming 88. Members of the fishing industry say even older vessels, which are exempt from the rules, are remodeling to meet the standards. But labor activists say providing livable conditions is the bare minimum under international law. Other wide-ranging abuses faced by migrant workers on board vessels still need to be addressed.
完全没办法解决啊！这只是就是他们的睡觉的空间、活动的空间这样子。可是这个跟这个在船上的管理，还有这个聘雇的这个政策是比较有关系的，所以跟这个船上的这个设备的改善不太有关系。
Meaning there's still a long way to go to bring Taiwan's fishing fleet's practices in line with international standards. Asnaya Zhou and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
A Dutch dress symbolizing the fight for international LGBTQ rights is on display at Taipei City Hall. That's as the city prepares to host its annual Pride Parade on October 29th. Leslie Liao was at a launch.
This colorful gown behind me has been on tour for years now, but it's the first time it's making an appearance right here in Taipei. It's called the Amsterdam rainbow dress, and from a distance, it looks like a festive and fabulous giant outfit. But if you take a closer look, you'll notice some darker details. It's actually made of flags from countries where being LGBTQ is a punishable offense. And in these countries where it's illegal to be LGBTQ, sometimes the punishment could include torture or even the death penalty. The Amsterdam Rainbow Dress Foundation started the project in 2016. They call it a living work of art. Every time a country featured in the dress legalizes LGBTQ rights, its flag is replaced with a rainbow banner, a symbol of the LGBTQ community. Right now, it is made up of 68 country flags and 9 rainbow flags. The bodice you see here has 4 Amsterdam city flags. They symbolize the city's role as a haven for LGBTQ refugees. Since the dress was created 6 years ago, the national flags of 9 countries have been replaced by the rainbow flag. Now, the dress is in Taipei, another city known for embracing LGBTQ rights. It's here for the 20th anniversary of the city's Pride Parade, one of the first in Asia. The Dutch representative office in Taipei paved the way for the dress to be displayed at Taipei City Hall for 6 days.
I think it's the only country, if I'm not mistaken, in Asia where same-sex couples are allowed to marriage. In that respect, I think that Taiwan is really an outlier in the positive sense in Asia. So for that reason, we thought it was really important to get it to Taiwan, not only to resonate here with the Taiwanese population, but also beyond Taiwan itself.
Now, if you look closely, you're not going to find Taiwan's flag in this dress. After all, it was the first country in Asia to legalize same-sex marriage. Now, I gotta say, that's gotta be one of the rare instances where Taiwan is proud not to have its flag displayed. Hopefully, one day, every flag in this dress can be replaced with a rainbow. Andy Xue and Leslie Liao at Taipei City Hall for TaiwanPlus News.
Taiwanese opera performer Chen has become the first woman to ever win Best Leading Actor in a country's most prestigious television awards, the Golden Bells. Chen won the award for her performance in a traditional Taiwanese opera, Lord Jiaqing and a Journey to Taiwan. Women playing men is commonplace in Taiwanese opera, but it's unprecedented for the Golden Bell Awards Committee to recognize such performances as male roles.
感谢文化部，感谢今年的评审，愿意肯定一位戏曲演员。纽约有百老汇，日本有能剧，意大利有歌剧，印度有宝莱坞。我愿意为唯一源自于台湾的原生剧种全力奉献。
Taiwan has taken bronze at the Under-23 Baseball World Cup. The host country beat Mexico 3-1 in Taipei on Sunday to secure third place at the international tournament held every 2 years. Starting pitcher Li Chen allowed just 1 run over 5 innings, and second baseman Chen Shengping knocked in all 3 of Team Taiwan's runs, a feat that earned him the game's MVP award. Japan was the champion, with South Korea taking silver. Taiwan's bronze is the first medal the country has won at a U-23 Baseball World Cup since 2016. Taiwan has taken a position at a podium at every WBSC baseball tournament so far this year. Bing Wang was at a final match.
It's a very rainy day here in this baseball stadium, but it's an Under-23 Baseball World Cup. It's a tournament that's played every 2 years and features some of the youngest and brightest talents from 12 countries. And for the first time in 8 years, it's being hosted right here in Taiwan. Taiwan hosted the 11th-day Baseball World Cup this year, with games being played in Taipei and Taichung. It's considered one of the most important international baseball tournaments. And with a bronze medal this year, it will be the highest place Taiwan ever achieved in this tournament.
小朋友到哪里比赛就跟着去看，鼓励他们呐。他们喜欢打球，我们就也支持他们，鼓励他们。中华中华中
Now, baseball has a long history in Taiwan. Many Taiwanese people have played in the American major leagues. Players like Wang Jianming, Chen Jinping, Guo Hongzi have all gone on to play on the world's largest stages. While the team didn't get the gold, the manager of the Taiwan team has high hopes for the future of Taiwanese baseball.
不管是选手还是教练都学习了很多不管在球场上的一些战术或是一些技术方面都学了很多。我相信这次我们年轻的选手也一样都学会很多，也希望他们在队能够继续加油。
The World Baseball and Softball Confederation ranks Taiwan as the second best baseball country in the world. And with at least a 4th place finish in this tournament, Taiwan will at least keep its 2nd place ranking. Patrick Chen and Bing Wang in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching TaiwanPlus News. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, today we'll leave you with images of the Transhumance Festival in Spanish capital city Madrid. Sheep replaced cars on the roads as shepherds led their flocks through the center of the Spanish capital, following ancient herding routes. I'm Betty Chen. Take care and see you next time.